Good morning. Thank you for watching. Another beautiful Lord's Day. We're getting a little bit of sprinkle of rain and wish we had more, but we'll take what we can get. The Lord's going to take care of us. We got our sick list this morning. We got Lisa Simon, Nikki Alonzo, Brenda Elkins, Kathy Blair, Daphne Anderson, Ken Jones, Mary Mason, Hillary Davenport, Jimmy Mingle, Terry Parham, Benny Blair, Kathy Smith, Alice Davis, Corey Davenport, Lamar Sism, Faye Ferguson, and John Ferguson. Please keep praying for all those families. We need to send sympathy to the families of Clyde Knox, Eddie Nichols, and Faye Pitts. And so please keep all those folks in your prayers. This morning we're going to be talking a little bit about David. I'm going to read a Psalm 17, and it talks about God is a refuge from oppressors. So we'll get started with that. Hear the light, O Lord, attend unto my cry, give ear to my prayer that goeth not out of vain lips. Let my sentence come forth from thy presence. Let thine eyes behold the things that are equal. Thou hast proved mine heart. Thou hast visited me in the night. Thou hast tried me and shall find nothing. I am purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of men, by the word of my lips, I have kept me from the paths of the destroyer. Hold up my goings in thy paths, that my footsteps slip not. I have called upon thee, for thine will hear me. O God, incline thine ear unto mine, and hear my speech. Show my marvelous loving kindness. Show thy marvelous loving kindness. O thou shalt that savest by thy right hand them that which put their trust in thee, from those that rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of thy eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings, from the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies whom compass about me. They are enclosed in their own fat, and their mouth they speak proudly. They have compassed us in our steps, that they have set their eyes bowing down to the earth, like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as the young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, disappoint them, cast them down. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from the men which are at thy hand. O Lord, from the men of the world, which have their portion in this life, whose belly thou fillest with thy hidden treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their baby. As for me, I will behold thy face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake with thy kindness. So David is telling the Lord to take care of his enemies, take care of him, and keep him from going astray. And so David appeals to God to help him against his enemies. He calls for God to vindicate him and express confidence in final victory. Hear the right. He calls for God to listen while he sets forth the truth as opposed to false ways of his enemies. Thou hast tried me. David's service was not merely lip service, like fine metal tried in the fire. He had been put to the test. Hold up my goings in thy paths. He wanted the help of God to keep his feet from slipping. Keep me as an apple of thine eye. He entreats protection, such as one that gives to that which is in most need of protection. The shadow of thy wings. Jesus uses this figure of speech in Matthew 23, verse 37. From my deadly enemies, as the hunters seek and entrap animals, so the enemies of David continually sought to ensnare him. Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, the enemies of David were strong and exercised great power. Arise, O Lord, disappoint them. David wanted his enemies cast down. From the men of the world, sinners have their own portion here and now. God's children have the prospect of greater things to come. Wicked people follow their own sensual appetites. God's children have a higher goal and a higher reward. So, David is wanting God to protect him from his oppressors. We think about this as back in David's day, but it's the same as it is now. We have oppressors here. We have people that are trying to force bad things on us through laws and stuff, and promoting stuff in our country that goes against the Bible. We're fighting Satan. He's an oppressor. He wants you to do wrong. He don't want you to do what the Bible tells you. So we can use this psalm right here and just put our place in David's place. We can gain strength from knowing that in the end God's gonna win. Somebody said something about the Bible. How do you know how it comes out? And the end result is God wins. There was a story I heard about a fellow that was going to school, and he was telling someone about the Bible, and he saw a janitor sitting on a bench reading the Bible. And this kid, being a student at this school, walked over and he said, "Sir, do you understand what you're reading?" He said, "Yes, I do." He said, "I know in the end God wins." And so that's what we got to count on. We got to count on God winning, and we've got to put our place, put ourselves on the side of God. So keep that in mind. That was Psalm 17. Go back and read that if you get time. And it's really a good chapter right there. God is a refuge from oppressors. So, well, thank you for watching this morning. We'd like to ask for you to pray for all those that's on that sick list. And I hear different things about different folks on that list, and so they need our prayers. Please pray for our military men and women, our first responders, and our doctors and nurses that keep us healthy. Please pray for all those folks. That's about all I can think of. Oh yeah, I got one more big thing this week I was going to mention. This is the week of Veterans Day. Is coming up on Friday. Thank a veteran. Go back and remember all of those veterans that you knew in the past. I had my grandpa and my great uncles and some uncles, and they all have served. And go back and remember those folks that served. And if you know somebody that's a veteran, thank them for their service, and keep them in your prayers. And all of our current servicemen and women, keep them in your prayers. So they do a great service to our country, keeping us safe. Thank you for watching. God bless. See you next time.